हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदा नंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदा नंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरावन चारी यमुना तीरावन चारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय राधा माधव राधा माधव राधे जय राधे जय राधे जय राधे जय श्री राधे जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद Hare Krishna. Today we will sing this beautiful song by Govinda Das Kaviraj, Vande Girivaradhara Padakamalam. वन्दे गिरिवरधर पदकमलम् वन्दे गिरिवरधर पदकमलम् कमलाकर कमलाञ्चितममलम् कमलाकर कमलाञ्चितममलं वन्दे गिरिवरधर पदकमलं वन्दे गिरिवरधर पदकमलम् ध्वजवज्राङ्कुश पङ्कजकलितं ध्वजवज्राङ्कुश पङ्कजकलितं व्रजवनिताकुज कुङ्कुमललितं व्रजवनिताकुच कुङ्कुमललितं वन्दे गिरिवर धर पदकमलं वन्दे गिरिवर धर पदकमलम् मञ्जुळमणिनूपुररमणीयम् मञ्जुळमणिनूपुररमणीयम् अचपलकुलारमणीकमनीयम् अचपलकुलारमणि कमनीयं वन्दे गिरिवर धर पदकमलं वन्दे गिरिवर धर पदकमलम् अतिलोहित भाषम् अतिलोहित अतिरोहित भाषम् मधुमधुपीकृत गोविन्ददासं मधुमधुपीकृत गोविन्ददासं वन्दे गिरिवरधर पद कमलं वन्दे गिरिवरधर पद कमलं कमलाकर कमलाञ्चित कमलं कमलाकर कमलांचित अमलं वन्दे गिरिवर धर कमलं वन्दे गिरिवर धर पद कमलम्. I offer my humble obeisances to the lotus Kamala feet of the lifter of the Govardhan hill, which are held by the lotus hands of Kamala, Srimati Radharani. The lotus feet of Krishna are marked with flag, a thunderbolt, a rod for controlling an elephant, a lotus flower, and are embellished with the kunkuma from the young girls of Braj. His lotus feet are very attractively decorated with ankle bells made of beautiful jewels and are dressed by beautiful girls who are stunned and afflicted by the beauty of those lotus feet. Because the glow of his lotus feet have entered their minds seem reddish. His lotus feet are so sweet that they have made the bumblebees servants of Govinda. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you.
Dandavat Pranam. Such a beautiful offering.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
So, I welcome everyone for today's class. Let us start with the invocation prayers. Please accept my humble obeisances. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanyam Namo Prishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadameyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Lalita Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadavaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakha Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bevacha पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामिने गौरतिशे नमः. O most magnificent incarnation, you are Krishna himself appearing as Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You have assumed the golden color of Srimati Radharani and you are widely distributing your love of Krishna. We offer our respectful obeisances unto you. Krishna Varnam Tisha Krishnam Sangapangashtaparshadam Yagnai Sankirtanam Prayer Yajantihi Sumedasaha. In the age of Kali, intelligent persons perform congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead who constantly sings the names of Krishna. Although his complexion is not blackish, he is Krishna himself. He is accompanied by his associates, servants, weapons, and confidential companions. Prayers to the six Goswamis of Vrindavan. नानाशास्त्रविचारणैकनिपुणौ षडधर्मसंस्थापकौ लोकानामहितकारिणौ त्रिभुवने मान्यौ शरण्याकरौ राधाकृष्णपदारविन्द भजनानन्देन मत्तालिकौ वन्दे रूपसनातनौ रघुयुगौ श्रीजीवगोपालकौ. I offer my respectful obeisances to the six Goswamis of Vrindavan, namely Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatana Goswami, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, Sri Raghunath Bhatt Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, and Sri Gopal Bhatta Goswami, who are expert in scrutinizingly studying all the revealed scriptures with the aim of establishing eternal religious principles for the benefit of all living beings. Thus, they are honored all over the three worlds and are worth taking shelter because they are absorbed in the mood of the gopis and are engaged in the transcendental loving service of Shri Radha and Shri Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Jai Shri Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So let us start today's class with the recap. I believe Sanjeev Prabhuji is doing the recap today. Prasad required. One of them.
The recap by Radha Vinod Prabhuji today.
Okay.
No, Prabhuji, I don't know because I didn't get any intimation.
Yeah, I had.
There's no intimation. I don't know where you communicate. I don't have anything. I could have done it, but I don't know.
No, Charu Prabhu, Sarath Prabhuji has informed in our group chat, Prabhu. Okay, today is yours, tomorrow is mine. Okay, he informed
No,
I think 2 times. Yeah.
Did I communicate? Sorry, I didn't notice that.
Okay, then I'll do it. Just let me.
Yeah. Normally, I come back. When I communicate, see that I come back and say that yes, I will do right. Yeah, Prabhuji, I'm sorry. Maybe I didn't see that, and I was not aware of that also.
Okay.
We should next time on, we should ensure a day before or something, Sir, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji. Last weekend, we had gone through lesson 114. This was chapter 76, the battle between Salva and the Brahmins. Now we'll go through the slides one by one and recap what we learned. This was the battle between Salva and the Brahmins. Now Salva, he had prayed whom? My question is, he was devotee of whom, from which he got so much strength to fight the Brahmins.
What specific weapon he got?
Lord Shiva.
Lord
And
Shiva. And what was his main weapon? That is, he was moving around in what?
Shubha.
Yeah, Trishul Prabhu, trident.
Shubha.
What
Made
is
with
Shubha? What's
yes.
Shubha? What is Shubha? Explain that.
Airship it is.
It
was a kind of a huge plane, right?
The
Yes,
flying
Prabhuji.
machine. The flying
Flying
machine.
machine.
Flying machine. And that
It can
that
be
is the-
visible, it can be non-visible, it can be go in any direction. मतलब कहीं भी जा सकता है. एक बहुत ही पावरफुल था और पूरा आयरन
incredible
का बना
size.
हुआ.
An incredible size, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
And who had constructed that flying machine?
Maidano.
Very
Maidana.
good. Very good, Mataji. Very good.
And you remember Maidana also constructed something for the Pandavas.
Hastinapur.
Yeah,
Hastinapur. Indraprastha.
Indraprastha.
Not Hastinapur.
Indraprastha.
Indraprastha. Right. Hastinapur where Duryodhana was ruling.
Sorry, Indraprastha.
Indraprastha was converted the city from what happened? What was the original place?
Khandavan.
Khandaprastha.
Yes.
That was really a very jungle actually. There was nothing like that. And that's where Krishna and Arjuna
It is
recreated
completely a dead soil. Dead soil.
And with the help of Agni Dev, all the forest was burned.
And
Okay, go ahead. Continue, Prabhuji.
yes. And how did Salva he attacked Dwarka? What did he do from that flying machine?
They bombarded Dwarka by tree trunks.
Tree trunks. And what all other things?
Other
His
missiles,
past, I think urine and lot of other nonsense
boulders
stuff
and
also.
missiles.
Yeah, he did.
Yes,
Tree trunks, boulders,
tree
missiles.
trunks. Yes. With these things, he bombarded Dwarka and he tried to create havoc.
And
Now,
where was Krishna at the time?
Rajasuya Yajna. Yudhishthir place.
Yeah.
Yes, Indraprastha.
Indraprastha.
and
So he took advantage of that, right? Krishna's absence.
Yeah.
And who were then who were defending Dwarka at the time?
Pradyuman.
Yes.
Pradyuman and his entire army.
Okay, very good.
okay, we'll see the gist of the power of worship and devotion. He was a devotee of Lord Shiva. And how did he worship him? How did he do his worship to get the power?
How did he please Lord Shiva?
उन्होंने प्रभु 1 साल तक सिर्फ छोटी सी मट्टी खा के ही पूरा 1 साल तक तपस्या की.
Yes.
Dakshadev is well prepared. If there is somebody else volunteers, please do come forward. She has been answering all by herself.
Yeah, all the things are given in the slide. Just put them in your own language. Extreme. What is the answer? Extreme austerity. With extreme austerity, he worshipped Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva was very much pleased, and he bestowed his mercy on him. And what does this worship and devotion of Salva demonstrate?
General, like his nature is not changed. Okay, even though such kind of things are there. I'm just giving a generic answer, Prabhu, overall summary kind of thing. Okay, but his nature is that his true nature has not changed. Okay, that is the problem. Even after that severe austerity.
I think austerity was self-serving, right?
Yeah.
He wanted for his own, whatever the purpose he wanted.
Yeah. Not austerity is not for supreme, to please supreme. It's just to please himself.
Okay, during the battle, what did Salva utilize? What was his main weapon?
Magic.
Illusion.
Because he was hide.
illusion.
He was. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes.
Yes, Rishi, yeah.
Yeah, he was able to hide with the.
See their deceptive
Mataji,
tactics, the illusory deceptive tactics.
Yeah, with a magic, he was hiding and he was flying from one to another direction, and he was also.
So he took advantage of Krishna because such illusory tactics would not work
Yeah.
against Krishna.
Krishna.
And who fought with him from the Dwarkavasis?
Pradyumna.
Pradyumna. Pradyumna was whose son?
Rukmani Devi.
Rukmani.
Of Krishna and
Okay,
Rukmani.
that story we already know. Okay, we'll go to the next slide. The courage and the valor in battle. As you know, the Yadavas, the Dwarkavasis, they are no common people. They were extraordinary. They were they were the followers of Lord Krishna, and they had come only for this purpose to this material world to help him take part in his Leela. And what was seen in this battle between Salva and the Yadavas in Dwarka? How did they fight? Even though the Dwarkavasis had a lot of odds against them because Salva had come unexpectedly, still then the Yadavas, who were very, very brave, they fought against Salva.
Under the leadership of Pradyumna.
Yes, under
And
the
heroism, they with the courage and heroism.
With courage.
yes, yes. And what does this indicate?
Their nobility. They were very noble warriors, very ethical warriors.
And what?
Bravery, skill, unwavering.
Bravery, yes. And they were upholding what?
Dharma.
Dharma.
Justice and righteousness.
This is very, very important because they were upholding righteousness. They automatically they were much more powerful than Salva. And they knew their duty, they knew their responsibility, and they acted as per that. Next point, the consequences of actions, that is the point number 4. Now, what did Salva do? Why Salva decided to attack Dwarka and kill the Yadavas?
Due to his past grievances.
Because earlier he had been defeated and he wanted to take revenge.
Revenge.
And he knew now that Krishna is away, so he took the opportunity.
And what is the learning? One should forget the past and should not take that and use it as revenge to take to do any harm to the other party.
Here it is shown the significance of forgiveness.
Yes, but he didn't do that. Then what
Yeah.
about the concept of karma?
He falls into cycle of vengeance and obviously conflict.
And Salva, he wanted to take revenge on the Yadavas who were very, very righteous, and he could not reconcile the fact that he had been defeated by them earlier also, and that's why he tried to take revenge. But did he achieve his aim?
No.
No. At the end, he was defeated. He was killed, right? By Lord kills him.
Okay. Then we come to the next slide, slide number 4, leadership and responsibility. Who was the leader of the Yadus?
Pradyumna.
Pradyumna.
Pradyumna. And what was the very specific or particular about Pradyumna?
Yoda.
Any other thing?
He's a great leader. He
was
has a great leadership
leader.
quality.
Yes.
Empathetic.
And at one stage, he had to reprimand his chariot driver.
Driver, yeah.
Yeah.
And please remember that during this battle, it is very difficult situation because the enemy is attacking from all sides, and you have to control the people under you. Then what ultimately happened? How did the divine intervention take place? Who were the divine the figures present there?
No, when Pradyumna was injured at that time, his chariot driver removed him from the battlefield for a moment.
Yes.
And then Lord comes later on. Lord returns and then he kills Salva.
But Pradyumna did not like it.
He did not like that because that is not how Kshatriyas live. He was afraid that what face he will show to Yadavas, right? So because Kshatriya wants to die on the battlefield, then run away from the battle.
On the other hand, chariot drivers, they are trained in
Just
such circumstances to protect their leader, and he was doing simply his duties.
Yeah, Lord Krishna also did in the Kurukshetra war, right? He tried to protect Arjuna many times, doing different tricks also.
That is chariot driver supposed to do.
The chariot driver was right, correct. He was doing his duty, but still then Pradyumna didn't like it because a hero, he won't like to be removed from the scene of the battle. If one goes out of the battle, that is a very degraded thing. That's why many people criticize Krishna for what?
Ranchod.
Ranchod
For being a ranchod.
Ranchod. But actually he did not leave the battle. That was a
Yes.
different story, but general people think he had left the battle, he was scared and he ran away from the battle, which is not correct. Okay, we go to the next.
His main idea at the time was to have, that demon to be killed later on. Jarasandha, remember?
Yes.
They had a fantastic plan. The plan was conceived by Uddhavji.
Yes.
That we saw in another chapter. We saw that, right?
Yes. And actually, it is not given in so much detail in the Bhagavatam, but there was a great fight after he went away from there. Okay, we now go on to the slide number 6. This is the Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary on this. Now we'll talk about divine play, that is Leela. The Leela which takes place in the material world by the Supreme Lord and his representatives.
Now here you notice that in this slide, like you saw in the previous slide, the word was Hindu philosophy, Hindu, this thing. I didn't like that because I used that AI technology. So again, I had to redirect AI and that Gaudiya Vaishnavism, particularly that was the one I introduced that. And then the AI learned it from that point onwards.
Okay. we'll see what is very, very important principle which is described here in the Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy, the concept of divine play. How does the Lord, the Supreme Lord, he helps or he takes part in all these leelas? Now, what was it?
Surrendering to divine power, we can get strength at the time of crisis, at the time of difficulties, problems.
Does Krishna himself, he also jumps into this? That is, Pradyumna was in the battle. Did Krishna also jump into the battle? Directly or indirectly?
Indirectly, we can say.
Yes, he was there, and through his help only, Arjun can win. So while it was indirectly, but the impact was very direct.
Okay, because he always tries to always helps his
Protect the
devotees
devotee.
in whatever situation they may be. And here, when Pradyumna was in the great distress and he was fighting so valiantly against Salva, Krishna also he showed his divine leela. Without his mercy, nothing can happen. And about the illusion is Maya, and the Salva, he was using illusion against Pradyumna and his forces. And the charioteer, we spoke about him, failure to recognize Pradyumna's involuntarily. What does it show or exemplify? Who is Pradyumna? He is part of the Chaturvyuha. He is none different from Krishna. He has got equal powers as Lord Krishna. And he was fighting. And while fighting, they also show that they are also normal human, as if they are normal human beings. But here, that was this understood by the charioteer?
No.
No,
Apparently looks no. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, because it is impossible. Even if Pradyumna comes in front of us, we will not be able to recognize him. Even if Krishna comes in his own person, then we will not recognize him. But in this complete battle, Salva was using his illusory energy, illusory experience, and that's why it blinded the charioteer. Okay, we'll go to the next slide. Now, devotional relationship, bhakti. As we know in Gaudiya Vaishnava system, Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy, bhakti is the most important thing. And what does bhakti means? We use this word so frequently. Basically, what it means?
See, this is one of the reason why I didn't like Hindu philosophy, because the AI came up with all these Advaitavadic kind of things, So I had to redirect an entire, because here bhakti was the main thing, and the Advaita philosophy, they don't have this bhakti concept actually, That was the reason why I directed AI to use this word. Then immediately the AI understood it actually,
And bhakti, basically, what is bhakti in, say, one or two words? We can
Complete surrender.
Love between the devotee and
Serving.
divine.
Devotion.
Serving.
And ultimately, it leads to deliberation.
Yes,
Bhakti.
loving this Supreme Lord, that is known as bhakti. And who are the pioneers in this field?
so many
Gopis.
gopis, Narada Maharshi,
Narada Bhakti Sutra says, Yatha Gopika Nam.
Gopika.
The 12 Mahajanos, the Gopi.
Okay. They are the greatest. And here, what is coming out? If one is a devotee, one loves the Lord from his heart, and it is coming voluntarily, spontaneously, then the Lord is bought by this devotee, and the Lord will do anything and everything for him. He will fight for him, he will defend him, he will become his servant, he will do anything and everything. That is what is the power of bhakti, which is not there in the other traditions. Those traditions which do not describe bhakti or follow bhakti, it doesn't happen to them. Why? Because the Lord has said in Bhagavad Gita, Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam tatheva bhajamyam. If we love the Supreme Lord, He will love us. He will help us. Now,
प्रभु जी भक्तमाल में एक बहुत अच्छा श्लोक है, भक्त भक्ति भगवान गुरु चतुर नाम वपु एक। ये 4 नाम अलग है मगर वपु एक ही, शरीर एक ही है।
yes, all the four things, bhakti, bhakta, Bhagavan, and Guru, all are same. They are at the same level. This is a very, very famous sloka what Mataji is saying. This is very, very important. If we have time, sometime we can discuss how all these four are the same, exactly the same. Okay, then we go to the nature of the spiritual body.
Actually, in reality, what Acharya explained, Guru is not Krishna. They are not same in the sense he is the representative. But for a disciple, he should consider his Guru as Krishna because the direction is coming via Krishna, via Guru, you know. Krishna's direction, everything is coming from Guru. So Guru is not different in that sense. But in reality, Guru, an ideal Guru, a bona fide Guru will never say, I am Krishna. At least in our Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy, they will never ever say that I am Krishna or I am incarnation of Krishna. They are just representing. So you have to understand this Guru Tattva properly.
Yes, what every
But
day
for a
morning-
disciple, he is not different from Krishna.
Yes, every day morning what we sing, Sakshat Haritvena. Haritvena means he is almost equal to the Lord. But that is for the disciple only. But the Guru should never think that he is the Supreme Lord. So this has to be understood very, very clearly. The disciple has to take it that he is the representative of the Supreme Lord. But the Guru, like the present day, you will find many Gurus, they think they are the Supreme Lord himself. If some Guru is thinking like that, then he is not a proper Guru. So this is to be understood in that. Then next, the fourth point will go the nature of the spiritual body. In Gaudiya philosophy, Gaudiya system, what is understood about the soul or the Atman?
So 1 minute, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Now you understand I changed the whole direction of the AI, you know, because I use AI as a tool, but the tool must work the way I want it, you know. So when I directed change the Hindu philosophy or Hindu that thing to Gaudiya Vaishnavism, in fact Vaishnavism, and then I specified Gaudiya, everything's changed that. All this light, the whole entire shape changed actually, you know. So now I'm telling all of you also, learn how to train AI, and then you can get wonders from that. But use it as a tool, and make sure you are using it as a tool the way you want it to be used. So this slide is a very good example how I did that thing, you know.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Yes, we should use this tool, that is the AI, to our advantage. and you keep on asking questions and you will get the answers.
And then AI can be, that Sanjeev Prabhu taught me, AI can be trained. And then you get wonderful assistance, As you can see from my slides, you get a lot out of it. I learned from Sanjeev Prabhu's direction, So now
Yes.
I've been, in fact, Canto 11, you'll see all new ball game, completely new ball game. In the Canto 11 slides, you'll see from a very different perspective.
Yes, Prabhu.
And
They look.
Thank you,
They-
Sanjeev Prabhuji.
Thank you,
Sanjeev
Prabhu.
Prabhuji.
They have added very new features,
trained me
deep
how
research
to-
also.
I was thoroughly disappointed because one thing that I never liked, AI uses the same words repeatedly again and again, redundancy, I never liked that, and I'm still struggling to train it, but now it's under my control now, AI.
okay, we are talking about the soul. Like we suffer from so many disabilities, so many things. And this suffering, is it applicable to the soul?
No,
No, Prabhuji, it
No,
transcends
it's a
physical
body.
it's
suffering.
only to this body.
The
So that's a very important point,
individual-
Sanjeev. Sarath Prabhu is raising a very important point. And that's one reason you need to remember what we learned from other courses and other things. Then why do soul has nothing to do with that? It's the body feels it, right? But why the soul actually feels it? As many examples. King
Yes.
Rahugana asked the very same question to Jada Bharata. Why? Because the soul, when comes under material consciousness, then soul imagines that he's going through that. There's a misidentification, bodily conception of life. Very important point Sharad Prabhu is raising here.
Like what Prabhuji is saying, basically, you see the soul is always accompanying the jiva. And even when somebody dies, that when soul goes, that time the subtle body, man, buddhi, ahankara, chitta, they also follow him. And because we identify ourselves with the physical body, that is because of that reason, the soul also gets disturbed. Once the jiva is elevated from the ground level, and he understands the correct thing, then he would say that he and the soul, they are different. And he is the soul. What do we say? We are Atma and we are not the body. You see, when the Haridas Thakur, when he was being beaten in 22 marketplaces, and so much beating that no human being can resist that, still then nothing happened to him, because he thought, he was in the thinking that he is not the body, he is the soul, and nothing happened to him. If somebody does that, he will get the same benefit. This is very, very important.
This point
Does
has
the
been
soul
discussed in
die?
many different places. The example first I saw cited was King Rahugana and his dialogue with Jada Bharata, but many other places also you see that we came across. This bodily, only in bodily conception of life, we feel the pain, we the soul, because only when we don't differentiate, that soul is different from the body.
Yeah,
It's a
Prabhuji,
very
in Bhagavad
important
Gita,
practical
right?
point.
Yeah. Bhagavad Gita, Prakritiya Kriyamani Guna Karmani Sahasa Ahankar, right? Vimudatma Kartam Iti Manyate. The moment you think you are doer, then it starts with that.
Then
Right?
you'll feel you'll actually experience all these difficulties in life,
Right.
Prabhuji, or motu reason is a moha, attachment towards material,
Yeah,
too much
but
attachment.
right, our body is all material, right? And
Yes.
that's what all the difficulties we face, and it's easier said than done. Even being a devotee, it's very difficult at times, very difficult.
And what about death for the soul? does the soul ever die?
No,
No.
No.
eternal.
Then what happens after liberation? Does the soul gets merged with the Supreme Lord, Paramatma?
No.
Depends on what
Medicine
kind of
says
liberation we are looking, right? What kind of liberation you are thinking, so-called liberation. Otherwise, no. Yeah, Sayuj Mukti. Correct. Yeah.
okay. In
But all the other four kinds of liberation, uh, there's no merging. So Gyanis,
Yes.
they feel that they are merging with the Brahma Jyoti, you know. Okay, but Prabhuji, continue with this because we are running short of time, you know.
Okay.
We are getting diverted, you know. Stay with the chapter, you know.
Okay, then we
And I'm responsible too also.
we come to the slide 8, the divine play. What does the Gaudiya Vaishnava system, Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy speak about the obstacles in your life, the problems in our lives, the difficulties we face? What does it say?
They
Yeah,
can
Mother
be
Kunti says that
opportunity.
whenever they're, yeah, go ahead.
Are they essential, necessary? Or why can't the Lord remove all these and make everybody in His creation happy?
These are essential for our own spiritual growth.
Yeah.
Only
Purification.
after facing the challenges, we
Yes,
become
in the
purified.
slide, to deepen our faith and devotion, that is necessary. That's why in Kunti Stuti, Kunti is asking what?
More
Yeah,
troubles,
Vipada. Can you
challenges.
give me the,
Yes,
you know,
she is
Vipada?
asking the difficulties. Why?
Difficulties,
Because at the time of difficulty, we remember the Lord.
Remember you.
And when
Yeah,
we
yes.
are happy, everything is to our favor, that time we tend to forget.
Yes.
Okay, what about the various challenges Pradyumna faced? What does it represent? It is given in the serial 5B.
So it was an opportunity for Pradyumna, yeah, to elevate and to instill resilience and hope, so as to love with Lord Krishna and his devotees, Prajajan.
And what it instills?
Hope and resilience.
Resilience
Yeah.
and hope.
The
He
hope.
withdrew back only to come back with more renewed strength and vigor
Yeah.
to face the challenges more strongly.
Okay, hope in the hearts of the heart of a devotee. Okay, in conclusion, what we must say, what is being said in this? What is the gist of this?
So divine play, I mean, whatever is happening in this Pradyumna and that the war and all that was happening, right? It takes us towards Lord, towards the divine, because through that we know who is the divine, and working with the divine, like Pradyumna shows how he succeeded eventually, right? So awakening and spiritual truth essential of a devotional service.
We should try to understand the role of the Supreme Lord.
Divine.
We should understand what bhakti is. We should understand what a devotee is supposed to do. And if devotee does that, what will happen to him? All these things we learn from this story. Thank you very much. I have finished.
Sharad Prabhuji, I checked in a Bhakti Shastri, that group, WhatsApp group, I don't see anywhere. I don't know where.
Hey, what Bhakti Shastri?
The group, I didn't see that I have to do that. I've just checked
As a
with
Bhakti
the.
Shastra group, you are not there. Okay.
I'm in
I
Bhakti
will
Shastra
just
group,
check.
but I don't see.
Okay, okay.
प्रभु जी, शरद प्रभु जी, वो कोर ग्रुप में नहीं है प्रभु जी।
प्रभु जी कोर टीम में नहीं होंगे।
हाँ,
Okay, okay,
So
okay.
anyway, just tell me next time, 1 day, 2 days, this is what is
Okay,
there.
done.
Sharad Prabhu.
Okay, okay. Then
That-
yes, you are not in the core. Okay.
Yeah,
That
no
is
problem.
understood.
Yeah, okay.
So Prabhu ji, next chapter is left still for recap.
Okay, okay. You mean 115.
Yeah.
Just 1 second. Sorry, I have.
1-1.
I think time is also up.
Let's not eat up time from Samta Mataji, okay?
Yes. Samta Mataji, please commence.
Yes, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. Chapter 115 is for today, no, Prabhuji?
Yes.
Yeah, so Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. I seek blessings from Charu Prabhuji, Sharad Prabhuji, all the assembled devotees for today's class. Please bless me. So today we will start with chapter 78. We will see further in the sequence of further killings of the demonic figures like Dantavakra and Vidurata and Romaharshana. The chapter summary is given over here. First part, in the first 16 verses, we will see how Lord Krishna kills Dantavakra and Vidurata. And in the second part of the chapter, we will see how Lord Balrama kills Romaharshana, who was very offensive towards him. And then in chapter 79, we see Lord Balrama's pilgrimage. Now, this is basically the summary of the whole chapter, but we have to start with the first part of the chapter, wherein we will see how Lord Krishna punishes Dantavakra. So now Shishupala is dead, Shalva is dead, Poundraka is dead. Now another foolish king called Dantavakra, he comes up. He wants to kill Lord Krishna. Now, why he wants to kill Lord Krishna? Because he wants to take revenge of Shalva's death. Shalva is he was Dantavakra's friend, and he was very grieved. Dantavakra was very grieved because of Shalva's death. So he decided to take revenge from Lord Krishna. He was so very agitated that he just came on the battlefield without any arms and ammunition. Not even he was on a chariot. He just came alone with just a club in his hand. And his greatest weapon was not just his club, but his great anger. He was bursting with anger. He had so much of anger towards Lord Krishna. So here it is said that anger actually is one's biggest enemy. It not just destroys the person on which you are throwing your anger, but it destroys the person himself who is doing the anger. So his biggest weapon here was his anger. So he came carrying a club in his hand. He was so powerful. He was so powerful that as he was walking, the earth below him that was trembling. And when Lord Krishna saw that Dantavakra is just coming towards him in such a great, ferocious anger, in such a heroic mood, that he got down from his chariot. And we know that Lord Krishna is the epitome of justice. He would never do, like he tries to follow be on the path of righteousness unless he has to use a trick, unless there is a requirement to bewilder someone, then only he will trick someone. But as far as possible, he'll stick to the rules. So, what are the military etiquettes? The rule was that one should always, the fighting should happen between equals. So, Dantavakra was carrying only one club. Lord Krishna responded accordingly. He also took just one club in his hand, got down from his chariot, and he came alone for Dantavakra to confront Dantavakra. So now Krishna is in front of Dantavakra, and Dantavakra, the moment he comes in front of Lord Krishna, he was like, he was the comparison was like a great ferocious waves, how they come on the ocean. They start off so powerfully. They start off with so much of uh, intensity, but slowly the wave becomes submissive. It settles down at the beach. At the beach, it stops. So similarly, Dantavakra, as he was moving with so much of intensity and power that the earth below him was shaking, he came to a standstill the moment Krishna stood in front of him. So Krishna is basically the uh, the you can say the nirvana of everyone. Krishna is the destiny of everyone. In front of Krishna, all the conflict stops. In front of Krishna, everything comes to peace. So Lord Krishna is the highest. He is the highest and he is the most peaceful. So Dantavakra, although he had so much of envy inside of him, so much of anger inside of him, he came to a stop. He came to stand still in front of Lord Krishna. So at that time, he was the king of Karusha, and he stood very strongly with his club in front of Lord Krishna, and he is talking. He is saying to Lord that it is a great opportunity, it's a great pleasure that now we are face to face. And dear Krishna, you are my maternal cousin. And even though, in spite of that, uh, you being my maternal cousin, ideally I should not be killing you. But in spite of that, unfortunately, you did a big mistake. You killed my friend Shalva, and because of that, I'm sure that you might not have been satisfied by killing Shalva. Now you would want to kill me also, because it is your determination. So this is how a demonic person thinks. He assumes things. He just has his own way. He has his own notions. He has his own perspective. He just assumed that because Krishna killed Shalva, now he would want to kill Dantavakra also. But this is not true. So he's telling Lord Krishna that you would want to kill me because you are not satisfied by killing Shalva, and this is your determination. And because you want to kill me, now I must kill you. And I will kill you by tearing you into pieces with my club. So he had this audacity to challenge Krishna. How many of us can do that? I mean, he had this audacity to challenge Krishna. And he's saying that now I will kill you. Although you are my relative, you are foolish. Krishna, although you are my relative, you are foolish and you are our greatest enemy. So I must kill you today, just as a person removes a boil from his body by a surgical operation. I am obliged to my friends. I'm obliged to Shalva. I'm indebtful for him. And to repay my debt to him, the only way is to kill you. So I want to kill you today, Krishna. That's what Dantavakra is openly announcing to Krishna. Now, this is how we feel. He is saying that you are our greatest enemy, while Lord Krishna is the only greatest welfare of each and every being. But we in our illusion, we think that God is our enemy. So now, what is actually Dantavakra doing? He is using strong words. He is, using verbal attacks on Krishna. So here it is a mention that how a caretaker of an elephant, he keeps striking the elephant with a trident just to control him. Dantavakra was trying to control Krishna by speaking these strong words. He was just verbally, coming very harshly on Krishna. So after he had vented out his anger by talking, and he had, vented out his poison that was inside him, he struck Krishna on his head with his club, and very strongly he did that, and made a very big roaring sound like a lion. And Krishna was stuck, like he got this hit by his club very hard, very strongly. But Krishna did not move an inch, and he did not feel any pain. So this is Krishna. He is the most powerful. No matter how badly anybody hits on him, he just is unaffected. So now what did Krishna do? He took his Kaumudaki club, and very skillfully he stuck it very fiercely on Dantavakra's chest, and so badly he hit him that his heart, it split, and Dantavakra started vomiting blood. He just fell on the ground, his hair scattered, his hands and legs, they spread on the floor, and within few minutes his body was just a dead body that was lying on the ground. And this was Dantavakra's death. And as we saw at the time of Shishupala's death, in the presence of everyone, a particle of spiritual effulgence that came out of the demon's body. Here also, from the body of Dantavakra's body, this spiritual effulgence, it came out and it got merged into the body of Lord Krishna. Then after Dantavakra came for the revenge of Shalva. Now Dantavakra had a brother named Vidurata. Now these are all families. They were related to Krishna. Dantavakra's brother Vidurata, now he is overwhelmed with grief out of Dantavakra's death. Now out of great grief and anger, now he did the same mistake. He is desiring to take a revenge from Krishna. So he came ahead, and he appeared in front of Krishna with a sword and a shield in his hand. He wanted to kill Krishna immediately. And Krishna also understood that Vidurata is looking for an opportunity to attack on him with his sword. And what did Krishna do? He sent his Sudarshan, he used a Sudarshan Chakra, and with this, his razor sharp Sudarshan Chakra, without any, very, very skillfully, very easily, Sudarshan Chakra just cut off the head of Vidurata. And Vidurata head was thrown along with his helmet and earrings. He was cut into pieces and lying on the floor. So this is how, in this way, the killing of Shalva, after killing Shalva and destroying Shalva's very wonderful plane, and then after killing Dantavakra, and then after Dantavakra killing Vidurata, Lord Krishna, he entered finally the city of Dwarka. Now, it would not have been possible for anyone but Krishna to kill these heroes. They are here it is said that they are heroes. Why they are heroes? Because ultimately they were showing of a heroic action. They had come down for their dear ones to fight against Krishna. Now, being demonic figures, they could have just ignored, like somebody else was killed. Demons, as it is, they don't have any dharma. They are very self-centered. But they stood for their loved ones. They came in front of the Supreme Personality of Godhead to take revenge. So they are not less than heroes. But who could have killed them other than Krishna? Only Krishna has the capacity to kill even these kind of people. So therefore, what all the demigods from the heaven, all the great sages, the Siddhas, the Gandharvas, the Vidyadharas, And all the beautiful angels, the inhabitants from Pitralokas, the Yakshas, the Charanas, everybody started showering flowers on Krishna, and everybody started singing his glories. And in Dwarika, there was a huge festival. There was a great celebration. And Krishna passed through the city with all the Vrishnis and all the members of the Yadu dynasty. They were following him with great respect. Uh, Krishna is the hero of Dwarka, and everybody there, he is the apple of everyone's eyes. He is the love of everyone in Dwarka. So everybody is all elated when Krishna is in Dwarka. So there was a huge celebration. So these are like Lord's pastimes are so transcendental, so divine that being Krishna being the master of all the mystic powers, and he is the Lord of the cosmic manifestation. People only who are fools, people who are just like animals, only they think that they can defeat Krishna. But factually, he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and no one can defeat him. And he is always victorious. He is always, the source of everything. He is alone the God, and rest all of us, rest all the other um, entities, they are just serving him in that particular order. They are just order carriers, and they just have to do the offering, the seva to him. So this particular thing, the all almighty God, the most powerful God, the God that is not conceivable even by the greatest of the sages, forget of the greatest of the sages, even by Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh, that Lord, that personality, that person who is on that position comes down in the love of his devotees, plays with them, lives with them, leads a normal life with them, gets, acts with them as if they are family. This personality of Godhead is, being a charioteer, being doing mundane works or jobs of his devotees. He can go to any limit to serve his devotees, provided that devotee is a pure devotee. So we can see the highest personality of Godhead is demonstrating such a humility, demonstrating the submissiveness towards pure love. So only God can be controlled by love, and he becomes one, he comes to the level of the devotee to serve him, to love him. And we have nothing. Even if we have one good quality, we are so inflated with pride that we think nobody is like us. So this is to be kept in mind. So in this particular episode of killing of Dantavakra and Viduratha, the key highlighted themes, the first one here we see is friendship and enmity. Dantavakra is related to Krishna. They are maternal cousins. But inside the family, there is so much of envy and jealousy. So material relationships are like that. Material relationship can go wrong. Even inside your family, you will have people envying you. Hence, there are complexities. There are complexities in relationships in the material world, and it suggests that that even in your nearest, the person who is nearest to you can have negative emotion towards you. Hence, one should always contemplate on establishing the highest friendship, the highest relationship, the most pure and the most unfallible relationship, and that relationship is with the Lord, with the Bhagavan. Through bhakti, one should develop. So there can be enmity inside a person's family, but the biggest relationship that one should invest in developing is the relationship with the Supreme. Then the second point is the quest of liberation, that is mukti. Dantavakra's recognition of Krishna as his master. He knew that Krishna can, finally they have this instinct, although they come with anger, they are blinded with negative emotions. They do have the audacity to challenge the Lord, but inside they know what is going to happen. So Dantavakra's recognition of Krishna as a master, that he is the grantor of liberation, is here the important point. His yearning for freedom after enduring the circles of karma of 3 lifetimes embodies the timeless quest for transcendence. A soul will always be eager to to get liberated. That eagerness will always be there. So Dantavakra also was aware, but he came in front of, probably for his own liberation, he did that. He did that audacity. Now, this quest speaks of the ultimate aim of spiritual endeavors. All the highest aim of all the spiritual endeavors is liberation, getting rid of the material existence, getting rid of the cycle of birth and death. So in this light, Krishna emerges as a as a divine guide, and underscoring that necessity of acknowledging celestial presence is our most fundamental relationships. In our most fundamental relationships and actions, whatever we are doing, we should always recognize the Leela of the Lord, the hands of the divine behind it, and we should be aware of the supreme reality in whatever we do. Then the third important point is Leela, Lord's Leela, the exchange between Krishna and Dantavakra. It is also a divine Leela, and Krishna's actions are not from enmity, not from animosity, but they are from that he is playing the role of a grand cosmic designer, the person who will establish the cosmic balance. So he is playing that role. So Krishna is not fighting him because he wants to take revenge or something, or because Dantavakra had the audacity to attack him. But Krishna wants to restore place. That's the reason Krishna fights. So he has a higher purpose. Then recognizing life's events as divine play elevates our understanding in both conflict and resolution. Whatever we are going through in life, whatever problems, sufferings, conflicts, searching for solutions, everything we have to, in all the events of life, we have to see the divine presence, the divine play. And this invites us to glimpse a higher intelligence at work. We have to know that there is a higher power above us who will take care of us. That assurance has to be there. So this perspective encourages believers to see beyond worldly struggles. Material struggles are temporary. Beyond that, there is a higher purpose in life, and one should strive for that while going through the worldly struggles. Then the transcending the material lens. Krishna's triumph often escapes the notice of materialists, people who are involved. Here they have given the example of Duryodhana. He was a materialist. He wanted everything. He was lobhi. He was he wanted everything from the Pandavas. He didn't even wanted to give them what was their basic right, because people like Duryodhana are blinded to the higher truths. They are only after the material pursuits, and this distinction between material perception and spiritual insight is very, very crucial. So only by developing a higher relationship with a higher personality or being in sadhu sangha, one develops this discrimination, wherein you realize that everything on a material plane is transitory, it will go away. But what we have got life for is to seek for a spiritual insight, for a higher understanding, and for a higher attainment, a higher love. And then here in the B point, it is mentioned, it calls practitioners to cultivate a heightened awareness that moves beyond conventional definitions for success and failure. Success and failure should be there are learnings from that, and one should be aware that even if I have failed, why did I fail? And even if I'm successful, I should not get carried away by the success. So such an evolution in perspective empowers individual to uncover deeper truths in their life experiences and aspire towards spiritual enlightenment. Then the unity of all beings. Dantavakra acknowledged Krishna as the ultimate friend and the supersoul within all beings, reinforces the message of unity. His intent to liberate others through knowledge reveals a profound understanding of our interconnected existence. Dantavakra and all his other friends who died, everybody and every entity is connected in the cosmos. They are all interconnected, and we see from their deaths, from their lives, how they are challenging. They are actually showing us the message that what we should do, what we should not do. So they are examples to learn from. Now, this theme affirms that true enlightenment fosters compassion and selflessness, prompting individuals to seek the well being of others. Human life and any other life, if it is selfless, only then it is worthwhile, and then only it achieves a higher purpose. So, to align with the broader vision of recognizing the divine essence in everyone, divine is in everyone, and when we see that Lord in everyone, we can never hurt in everyone. So the quality of ahimsa only will develop when we see the divine presence in each and every being, because when we see the divine presence in each and every being, we won't be able to hurt anyone in with our words and our deeds. So the conclusion of this particular lesson is that humility, whatever struggles we are facing in the material life or in spiritual life, they should be faced with humanity and humility. And while illuminating the potential for attaining a higher state, the objective should always be attained to develop a relationship, to foster a relationship that is divine, that is more pure, and that is more full of pure love. And Krishna's interactions transcend mere storytelling. His leelas are not just stories. He is not a storyteller, but all his leelas are offering teachings, and these teachings are very profound, and they inspire the general people, people who are seekers, people who are on the journey. They inspire humanity towards liberation and the realization of the oneness with the divine. Finally, we all are one. Finally, we all have to aspire for a same spiritual connect, the highest connect, which is Krishna, and we are all connected to Krishna. So only when we keep Krishna in the center, then we can do some justice, and we can do a proper conduct. Now let's come to the next part, the other part of this chapter, wherein which is about the Supreme Personality of Godhead again. The expansion of Lord Krishna was Lord Balrama. So now Lord Balrama, he heard that some arrangement is being made uh, for a fight between the Kauravas and the Pandavas, and he did not like this idea, and he wanted to stop this fight, but he found it impossible, and he didn't want to take he didn't want to take anyone's side as such. So he left Dwarika, and with the he went to various holy places. He went on a pilgrimage, and there he visited places like Prabhas Kshetra. He took a bath in Prabhas Kshetra, and he offered offerings to the local Brahmanas. He offered oblations to the demigods, the Pitras, the great sages, people in general. And this is how he was actually demonstrating with what mood one should visit a holy place. what idea, what intention should be there when you are going to a holy dham. So after this, he was Lord Balrama. He was accompanied by some brahmanas, and he decided to visit different places on the banks of river Saraswati. He went to places like Prithudaka, Bindushara, Tritakupa, Sudarshana Tirtha, Vishala Tirtha, Brahma Tirtha, and Chakra Tirtha. And besides this, he also visited some other holy places on the banks of river Saraswati flowing towards the east, and holy places on the banks of Yamuna, holy places on the banks of Ganges. And he gradually came to a very important place known as Naimisharanya. So Naimisharanya is still there in India, and in the ancient times, it was a basically this place was where all the great sages would meet, and they would get together for understanding spiritual concepts, spiritual life, and for self-realization. So Lord Balrama, he visited that place, and when he was in Naivisharanya, there was a great sacrifice that was being performed by the sages over there. And such meetings normally, these kind of meetings of sages, they last for thousands of years. And when Lord Balrama, he arrived there, everybody who was present, the sages, the brahmanas, all the scholars, they got up from their seats, and they started welcoming him with lot of honor, with lot of respect. So everybody offered obeisances to him, and the elder sages, they offered him blessings. Everybody stood up for Lord Brahma. Now, Lord Balrama. So Lord Balrama was then, after they had offered their obeisances, he was offered an asana to sit, and everybody started worshipping him. So Lord Balrama, he saw that, everybody is respecting him. Why everybody was respecting him? Because they were aware of his position. He was the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And whoever was aware of that, they got up and they started paying respects to him. And this is the objective of all the education of learning the Shastras, of Vedas, and the essence of all this scriptures is one should understand and recognize the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Although Lord Balrama had appeared as a Kshatriya on planet Earth, all the Brahmanas, they knew who he was, and they stood up. But unfortunately, there was the person who was sitting on the Vyasasana, he was Roma Harshana. Roma Harshana was sitting on the Vyasasana that time. He did not get up. And Lord Balrama noticed that. He did not get up. He did not pay any respect. He was seated on the Vyasasana with a false pride that, because I'm sitting on the Vyasasana, I don't have to pay my respects to the Lord. And this was his false pride. So when Lord Balrama saw this, he saw he could understand from where he was coming from. Roma Harshana was basically from a Shuta family. He comes from a mixed family. He was born from a Brahmana woman and a Kshatriya man. So therefore, Roma Harshana, although Roma Harshana considered Lord Balrama as a Kshatriya, he should not have remained, seated on his Vyasasana. According to his position by birth, he should not even have accepted the higher position in front of the other sages, and forget about Lord Balrama, even in front of the other Brahmanas and sages who were present there. So Lord Balrama, he observed this, that he not only refused to come down from his exalted Vyasasana, but he did not even stand up and offer respects to Balramji when he entered the assembly. And Lord Balrama did not like his audacity. He became angry on him, and he said that in front of everyone, Lord Balrama declared that this man, Romaharshana, is so impudent and that he has accepted a higher seat than that of all the respectable Brahmanas present here, although he is born in a degraded Pratiloma family. So when a person is seated on a Vyasasana, he does not generally have to stand to receive a particular person entering assembly. But in this case, Lord Balrama was not a very ordinary human being. Therefore, although Romaharshana was actually uh, uh, elected by all the Brahmanas over there to sit on the Vyasasana, and he should have followed the behavior of other sages and Brahmanas that were present, that were showing respects to Lord Balrama. But respects are always due him, and even though such respects can be avoided in case of an ordinary man, in the appearance of Lord Krishna and Balrama, one cannot avoid that. It is stated in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam that the topmost perfection of religion is to be engaged in the... Yes? Anybody wants to say something? Hello? Hare Krishna. So it is stated in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam that the topmost perfection of religion is to be engaged in the service of the Lord. And here Lord is himself present, and Romaharshana decides not to get up because he is seated on the Vyasasana. So what is the aim of learning the Vedas? The Vedas is teaching that one should serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and being the authority of that Vedas, he is sitting on the Vyasasana to teach that, and he himself is not following. So this is the kind of a hypocrisy that Romaharshana was displaying, and he was given an opportunity to become a Brahmana. They gave him an opportunity to become a perfect Brahmana, to make him sit. That they gave him the Vyasasana. In spite of that, he had no dignity, he had no respect for that. So Romaharshana Sutta was actually came from a family wherein he came from a Pratiloma family. So according to the Vedic concept, there are two kinds of mixed family heritage. One is Anuloma and one is Pratiloma. So when a male person is united with a female of a lower caste, then the offspring is called Anuloma. And when a male unites with a woman of a higher caste, that offspring is known as Pratiloma. So Romaharshana belonged to a Pratiloma family because his father was a Kshatriya and his mother was a Brahmana. So because Romaharshana's transcendental realization was not perfect, Lord Balrama remembered his Pratiloma heritage. It happens generally whenever a person does something wrong. Everybody sees what background he is coming from. So this is the same thing happening over here. So the idea is that any man may be given an opportunity, but if he does not utilizes that position or that opportunity properly, then he is not worthy of that particular position. So seeing this deficiency of realization of Romaharshana, Lord Balrama decided to chastise him because he had become very puffed up, and therefore Lord Balrama said that this man is liable for a death punishment because although he has the good qualification of Romaharshana was a disciple of Lord Vyasadeva. He had this qualification, and although he has studied Vedic literature from a very exalted personality, he was not submissive in presence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So we see in Bhagavad Gita that a person who is actually a Brahmana and who is actually learned must automatically become gentle. But in case of Romaharshana, although he was so-called learned Brahmana, but there was no gentleness, there was no etiquettes in him. His conduct did not show any respect. So from this, we can understand that if one is gets uh, puffed up by his material acquisitions, he cannot acquire a gentle behavior. And a gentle behavior is what a Brahmana is. Brahmana is supposed to be gentle and supposed to be compassionate, supposed to be respectful. So the learning of such a person is as good as a valuable jewel decorated on the hood of a serpent. Despite the valuable jewel on the hood, a serpent is still a serpent. He is fearful to everyone. Everybody fears a serpent. So if a person does not become meek and humble, all his studies, all his ornaments that are like he's expert in Vedas and Puranas, and all his knowledge is an absolute waste. It is just like a outward costume, like how you see an artist dancing on a stage wearing a costume of that particular role. So Romaharshana was like that. He was shallow. So Lord Balrama considered that I have appeared in order to chastise false persons who are internally impure, but externally pose themselves as learned and religious. So today's world, we see that only. People pose themselves as very intellectuals, very God-fearing, that they are messengers of God. But are they actually? So in Kali Yuga, you'll find so many people being God's advocate because they are wearing that dress, because they are speaking those words. But are they God's advocates actually? So Lord Burma says that my killings of such person is proper to check them from further sinful activity. Lord Balrama had avoided taking part in the battle of Kurukshetra. Yet, because of his position as an incarnation and because he wanted to establish religious principles, that is his prime duty. Considering all that, he killed Romaharshana simply by striking him with a pusha straw. He just pointed, with a blade of grass, he killed Romaharshana. In this picture, we can see Lord Balrama, he with the grass in his hand, and Romaharshana is sitting on the Vyasasana, and just with a blade of grass, he killed him. Only a supreme personality of God can do that. So if someone questions how Lord Balrama could kill Romaharshana only with a blade of grass, it is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam that he is the master. Lord's position is transcendental. He is omnipotent. He can do whatever he likes. And he, without being obliged to follow any material laws and principles, he can do whatever he wants. So it was possible for him to kill Romaharshana Sutta simply by a blade of grass. So at the death of Romaharshana Sutta, everyone present over there, they became very upset and they cried out. And why they cried out? See, Romaharshana was, although a Brahmana, he had to display a particular conduct and he did wrong. Now, only the Supreme Personality of Godhead could have opposed that. There were, if you see in the assembly of where Draupadi was getting disrobed, everybody, all the huge personalities like Bhishma Dev and all the elders of the family were there. The most reliable was Draupadi's 5 husbands. Husband is supposed to take care of the wife, to protect the wife. They were speechless. They could not do anything. And who came for Draupadi's protection? Lord Krishna. Everybody was there. So many powerful personalities were there. Nobody came for help. Only Lord Krishna came. Here also in this assembly of Naimisharanya sages, so many great learned persons were there, Brahmanas, the sages were there, transcendentalists were there. And in front of them, Romaharshana was behaving like that. Nobody told him anything. Only Lord Balrama saw this wrong attitude, his wrong conduct, and he corrected him then and there. So only the Supreme Personality of the Godhead has the courage when nobody can come up, only God can come up to establish the justice. So Lord Balrama's action was all justified. He wanted to prevent that other people should not follow his footsteps, should not do willful behavior. To prevent that, he killed Romaharshana then and there. So, but although Lord was just, the sages over there, the Brahmanas over there thought that it was not correct. Why? So they said to Lord, they said, Dear Lord, we think that your action is not in line with the religious principles. And that they said very humbly. They said, Oh, Yadunandana, we would like to inform you that we had posted Romaharshana on this exalted Vyasasana for the duration of this particular great sacrifice. And he was elected by us. And it is improper. Definitely it was not right on his path to not to receive you in the right spirit. Moreover, we had given him so many blessings that Romaharshana, we had awarded him undisturbed duration of life. And under this circumstances, you have killed him without knowing all these facts. And we think that your action is equal to killing of a Brahmana. So, dear Lord, you are the deliverer of all the fallen souls. We know for certain that you are the knower of all the Vedic principles. You are the master of the mystic powers. Therefore, the Vedic injunctions cannot cannot be applied to you. But we respectfully advise you to show your causeless mercy upon others by kindly atoning for the killing of Romaharshana Sutta. And we do not, however, suggest that what kind of atonement you should be doing. We simply suggest that you adopt a method of atonement so that others may follow your action. They were basically asking him to set an example. So they said that what is done by a great personality is followed by ordinary people. Hence, we request you to atone for the killing of a Brahmana. And Lord, imagine, like he is, again, Supreme Personality of Godhead. He should have just said, why? He did wrong to me and I had all right to punish him. And I was right. But how did Lord Balrama respond? He said, yes, I must atone for this action, which may have been proper for me, but it was improper for others. Therefore, I think that it is my duty to execute a suitable act of atonement, which is as per the scriptures. So we can learn from Lord himself how eager, how willing he is to establish the principles of dharma. Simultaneously, he said that I can also give this Romaharshana a life again. I can give him sufficient strength. I can give him everything. Not only this, I can give him whatever you all want me to give him. I am glad to give him whatever you all desire for him. So this statement of Lord Brahma, it confirms that Supreme Personality of Godhead is free to act in any way. So although he killed Romaharshana Sutta, his killing was improper. He could immediately counteract it with a uh, greater profit to all. Therefore, he should not imitate the actions. Like in general, we should not be imitating the actions of Supreme Personality of Godhead. We cannot act as per our will. So one should simply follow. We are there just to follow the instructions of the Lord. Instructions of the Lord are that we should not harm anyone. not hurt anyone. But the right of punishing someone is the right of the Lord himself. We are not there to go and punish others. That is taken care of. So all the great and all the learned sages who were present, they realized that although they considered Lord Balrama's action as improper, Lord was immediately able to compensate for it. And he not wanting to, they did not want him to distract him from the mission of Lord killing, like of him killing Romaharshana Sutta. So they prayed him that, dear Lord, the uncommon use of your Kusha weapon to kill Romaharshana may remain as it is, because you desired to kill him. You should not have. He should not be brought to life again. You should not bring him back to life. Don't make him alive. At the same time, your leadership may remember that we sages and brahmanas voluntarily gave him long life. Therefore, such a benediction should not be nullified. Now, there is a perplexity over here. There is a dilemma over here. They are saying, no, don't bring him to life. At the same time, they're saying, but we have given him blessings. Now, our blessings also should not be nullified. Now, what should we do? So, they requested in the assembly that, keep our blessings also intact, and at the same time, he should not also come to life. So then the Supreme Personality of Godhead, finally, it was Lord Balrama. He could solve any problem. And because he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he is fit to solve anything under the sun. So he said, because the son is produced from the body of the father, the Vedas also say that the son is the representative of the father, the extension of the father. Therefore, I say that his son, Romaharshana's son, that is Ugra Shrava, he should be given this thing of Vyasasana. He should be given this position. Now he will continue his father's position. He will continue with the discourses on the Puranas. And because you wanted Romaharshana to have a long duration of life, because you had given him benediction, give these same benedictions to his son, because he is coming from his father. He is the extension of his father. So Ugra Shrava will therefore have all the facilities that you have offered Romaharshana: a long life, a healthy body, and no disturbance in full strength in his senses, and no disturbances in his healthy senses. So, like this, Lord Balrama then implored, like he asked all the sages and brahmanas, that you offer all these benedictions to his son instead, and they should ask from him other benedictions, and he is all prepared to give them whatever else they want. So like this, Lord, he placed himself in a position of an ordinary Kshatriya and informed the sages that he did not know in what way he should, atone for his killing of Romaharshana. That's why they should, suggest him something, and whatever they will suggest him, whatever method of atonement they will suggest him, Lord Balrama will gladly accept it. Again, we can see Lord's humility over here. So the Brahmanas, they could understand Lord's purpose. They understood why Romaharshana had to be killed. And they were also happy by Lord's resolution that Romaharshana's son should be given that position, and all the benedictions should be forwarded to him. So they said, dear Lord, there is what you can do is, there is a very powerful demon in the his name is Balvala, and he is the son of Ilvala, and he visits this our sacred place every fortnight. On the full moon or the new moon, he will come, and he create lots of disturbances, and he destroys our sacrifices, and only you can kill this demon. So we think that if you will kindly kill him, you will, you can atone like this by killing Balvala. So this they came up with their grievances that this demon is coming now and then, and he is contaminating and polluting our religious environment. He is he puts all kind of filth over our pious things and our Vedic yagyas. He spoils our religious environment. So you may, he said, just kill Balwala, and then after that you can continue with your pilgrimage, and for 1 year you can continue with your pilgrimage, and that is how you will be completely free from all contamination, and that is what we are advising you for. This is how you can atone for Romaharshana's killing. So this was the second part of today's class, wherein Lord Balrama, he killed the offensive Romaharshana, and then he followed the sage's advice to atone for his killing. So now here the important elements are justice and divine intervention. As I said, that justice, only Supreme Personality of Godhead can do justice. Only he, the justice, the perspective of justice can vary from person to person. What is good to me, what is good to my society, what is good for my family. In that perspective, if we think, we can go wrong on justice. But when the justice happens from the Supreme, then everything is taken into consideration, and that cannot ever go wrong. So here, divine justice is important. So, but Lord Balrama's courage, that he recognized arrogant behavior and he corrected it immediately in front of everyone. He did not wait. He did not speculate on it, but he corrected it immediately, because righteousness is above everything. So here, the essence of righteousness, the dharma, plays a crucial role of divine beings in rectifying moral wrongs. Wherever wrong is happening, a divine being has to rectify it. That is the most important role of a divine being, of personalities like Lord Krishna and Lord Balrama. So it raises profound questions about the truth of nature of justice and responsibilities of celestial entities, and the ethical dilemmas surrounding the act of taking life. And even for the noblest of the reasons, should a person be killed? Even for the right cause, should a person be killed? That is a question. So here it suggests that profound wisdom and adherence to dharma may sometimes entail complex and difficult choices to safeguard societal harmony. So the overall harmony of the society depends on the right decision, and these right decisions cannot be easy. They are very difficult choices, and even Lord has to make difficult choices, but he chooses dharma over that. Second important point is hypocrisy. Romaharshana's false religious show. He was dressed up in a brahmana, sitting on a vyasasana. He is supposed to impart the highest religious principles, the highest spiritual teaching. But what he was doing, he was in that garb of this religious teacher. He was only displaying arrogance. He was only showing disrespect. He was only following hypocrisy. He was only, showing his own false pride. So hypocrisy is what, in today's age, they say that whatever you see is whatever is, whatever what is sold is what is seen. So we easily, believe what we see, but we should actually contemplate on it. What is being shown is exactly what it is or no. So that has to be contemplated. Then this theme compels us to scrutinize the authenticity of our beliefs and our actions. It underscores that mere knowledge of religious texts is insufficient. Only saying shlokas, mantras, only reading or displaying our spiritual intelligence, intellectualness is not the aim. But these qualities are to be imbibed by us. It's a the that it's a transformation. Following a spiritual life is a our material life transforms drastically from being selfish to becoming selfless, from being arrogant to becoming humble, from being uh, self means from being self, instead of freedom, it brings us into self restraint, keeping in mind the highest good. We transform ourselves keeping in mind the highest good and the good of others. So the actual spirituality, the actual connection is imbibing these uh, imbibing these values in ourselves, and not just outside teaching. That is not the aim. Atonement and responsibility. One has to be accountable for his own actions. He or Lord Balrama killed Romaharshana. The reason was justified. Yes, he was disrespectful. And to uh, you know prevent others from being following his footsteps, immediate action was to be taken on behalf of Lord Balrama. So it was justified. The way he was killed, that was also so easy. Just with a blade of grass, he was killed. To show that, you are nothing. Your existence is nothing. You can be destroyed just by one piece of small grass. This is you are so insignificant in front of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That was to be proved. But when the sages said to Lord Balrama that you have killed a person whom we had elected, and that is for this religious sacrifice, and you should atone for it. The moment he was said that, he immediately took that accountability that yes, I killed a Brahmana, and then yes, I will atone for it. So being a Lord, he is also showing one's responsibility, how responsible we have to be. And this is also dharma. Lord displays by his actions how dharma has to be followed, how our own shortcomings we have to uh, atone for oneself, we have to repent for, and we should correct it ourselves. So this is ultimately, it suggests a profound wisdom and adherence to dharma may sometimes entail complex difficulties and choices. Yeah, this is like for the dharma, one has to make difficult choices. Then the role of a teacher. The Brahmanas were basically playing a very important role of, they were advisors, they were wise personalities who were guiding. And Brahmanas in a society, normally they are there to guide the rest of the people to walk on the path of religion. They perform religious uh, rituals, sacred sacrifices to maintain a harmonious environment in the around. So their expertise, that their advices should be valued, and this is the role of the teacher. So whoever is teaching us, whoever plays a role of a teacher, should be respected, should be listened to, should be paid heed to. Now, this theme underscores the essential contribution of community and educators, that is, gurus, in shaping our own understanding of dharma. People are there, Sadhu Sangha is there to educate us, to give us a deeper understanding what we should exactly do, what we should exactly stand for, how we should live our life, what should be the motor of our life. So it emphasizes the importance of drawing from traditional wisdom while also engaging with personal experiences. Furthermore, it exemplifies how collective wisdom can facilitate progress towards ethical ideals that benefit the whole community. wisdom is important, but not one person's wisdom can make a change. Collective wisdom here is the key word. Collective wisdom only can facilitate societal progress. A community can progress, a society can progress when everybody acts in wisdom. Then the legacy and continuity. The giving that position of Roma Harshana to Ugrashrava, his son, carries the tradition ahead, carries the legacy ahead. So that was very important. Whatever the important learnings, the teachings, the highest learning are how they are carried forward from one generation to another. They say, पीढ़ी एक पीढ़ी के बाद दूसरी पीढ़ी. So we are carrying the values of our ancestors. And Lord Balram established that because the legacy will go ahead. Now, normally what happens in material world, if one person has done something wrong, his whole family is banned. The society condemns that family. Oh, he's this person, he is this person's father, he comes from this black sheep family. So in the material world, we are judged. We are, if we come from a wrong family, we are also taken wrongly. We are also considered wrong. But in case of Lord Balrama, what did he do? Roma Harshana did a wrong activity. Immediately he established his son Ugra Harshana on the asana, and he says now he will carry the legacy ahead. So this is Lord is more interested in establishing dharma. He is not seeing the personal. So you should hate the wrong of the person, whatever wrong he has done, not that particular being. You should hate his evil deed, not that particular person. So Lord will always try to correct the person instead of hating him. So Krishna gives so many opportunities even to demons, even to people who are coming up to killing him. He is the most merciful, but yet it is up to us how we take his mercy. Then this theme accentuates the significance of heritage in persevering spiritual and cultural wisdom. How legacy plays a very important role. The highest knowledge comes from the divine through all the gurus towards a common man. So it is a legacy that is being passed. So here, this particular chapter is rich with intricate nature. It displays intricate nature of justice, the avenues through which individuals connect to the divine and their communities. So these were the two parts of today's chapter 78. But here, Prabhuji has given the overall summary of this whole chapter, wherein we see that deep philosophical insights are given, contemplation into human behavior. It invites us to contemplate on human behavior, then the divine influence and the interconnected existence, how what we do affects our society around. The overall points, takeaways are justice and retribution. Divine justice is always going to be fair. It cannot be, it cannot be unjust. Retribution retribution means saza dena, the punishment for the particular crime. So here, Lord Krishna and Lord Balrama, they highlight that it is that victorious, good will always be victorious over evil. It is not just an event, it is a requirement, it is a cosmic requirement. It is a necessity to establish cosmic peace. So hence, good should always prevail over evil. And it reinforces the belief that justice transcends human perceptions. According to me, justice will have a different meaning. According to you, justice will have a different meaning. But if you align your perception, your intention in line with the dharma, then justice is for the higher good and for everybody. And in justice, what are the two things that are being taken care of? Hatred and vengeance. There you have to remove hatred and you have to remove this feeling of taking revenge. Only then justice will be justified. Then second is the role of a hero. What should be a true hero? A national hero, a community hero, a soldier who is fighting for his country. He is also a hero. Who is the real hero? When these people are also not less heroes because they are doing more than what an ordinary person can do. We are only living our lives, living for our family, living for our welfare. But there are other people who are living for a higher goal. They are not less heroes. But when their actions are not in line, not in service to the Supreme, then they are also not the right hero models. The everything when it is surrendered, if you are a soldier but you are fighting for your nation only to please Krishna, then your action is certified. If you are a father, if you're earning a livelihood, earning a bread and involving into the material life only to provide good life for your children, and in this way you offer that as a service to Krishna, then it is justified. But only for one's enjoyment, then it is not justified. So only Krishna and Balrama are real heroic idols that should be, they are the epitome of heroes. They should be followed, not Dantavakra and Vidurata. Although they did heroic things, they wanted to take revenge for their brothers, but still they were not on the path of dharma. So dharma should be the highest aim, and only Krishna and Balrama can justify and do the they are the one who can establish the highest dharma, hence they should be followed. So the philosophical inquiry here is profound, that how do we reconcile acts of violence with the pursuit of justice? Lord Krishna and Balrama killing everyone, is violence justified? But why they are doing it for? Themselves. They are doing it to establish peace on earth. Hence it is justified. So this theme compels us to explore the moral ambiguities surrounding heroism and ethical dilemmas faced by those who stand against evil. It is not easy for them also. If we are part of the Supreme Personality, if we are part of the divine, they are also part of the divine. And Lord would not want to kill his own part, but he has to make choices. He has to take a strong stand on the name of to establish justice. And we cannot say, oh, but Lord is killing people. But why is he killing people? Is it easy for him to go about killing people? Then respect and reverence. No matter where you are, no matter what your position is, no matter how learned a person is, one has to be respectful in his conduct towards not just his superiors, but to his equals and also to people who are not at his level. So respect is a very important quality, important virtue that a devotee, that a normal human being should practice. Now, Roma Harshana went to another extreme. He showed disrespect directly to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he did a big blunder. Now, respect here is a cornerstone of societal harmony. It compels reflection on our society duty, and the ripple reflects that disrespect can cause, portraying reverence not merely as etiquette but as an essential to the moral fabric of the community life. Disrespect. No matter who is disrespecting, no matter how pious that person is, he has no right to disrespect. Draupadi disrespected Duryodhana. One sentence was the cause of a big Mahabharat war. So, whatever we speak, whatever we do, whatever we behave has a great impact around us, on each and everything around us and our environment around us. So, respect is a very important virtue. As humility is a extremely important virtue to be followed, respect also is, but they are interconnected. if you have humility, you can respect others. Then atonement and redemption, that even a divine has to atone for his actions. That this is, we can see in Lord Balrama's episode over here. So humility and accountability are vital. Lord Balrama had the accountability to accept the decision of the Brahmanas, whatever they decided, he accepted it, and he was accountable for killing of Roma Arjuna. He considered himself accountable, and he was ready to, uh, atone for it. So this theme reinforces that personal growth and moral integrity stem from recognizing one's mistakes. The whole focus has to be on oneself, not on others. I have to correct my own self. So that's when personal growth actually happens. When somebody else is correcting me, might not be as beneficial to me. But when I myself correct myself, then it is a greater growth. Then it is a much, much better thing, much higher growth. So this challenges us to confront our failings and highlights that true wisdom is found in the pursuit of redemption, encouraging a continuous journey towards ethical self, continuous journey, not once, not twice. Continuously, you have to keep correcting yourself. Continuously, you have to do self-introspection. So the whole journey is about self-improvement, not about looking at others' faults. Succession of knowledge and tradition. Ugra Sharva was the speaker, and he was given the crucial role of preserving the cultural wisdom through generations. So this speaks of the philosophical legacy, that survival of knowledge and ethical teaching are the most important point for social progress. If there is ethical teaching and the knowledge is surviving, only then a society will survive. Otherwise, it will be a downfall of the society. So this urges us to cherish our traditions, not only define our identity, but also guide the moral compass of the future generations. Whatever Prabhupada has done is a moral compass to so many future generations. Not just nationally, but internationally, you have more devoted devotees than Indian devotees. So this tradition is to be cherished. This knowledge has to prevail. And ethical teaching is the only basis, foundation of a society's progress. Pilgrimage and spiritual practice. Pilgrimage is how Balramji demonstrated how should one do yatra, how should one visit a holy dham. It is not a journey, it is not a yatra, it is a transformating experience. One transforms himself from materiality to spirituality. Why he becomes transformed? Because he comes in connect to the divine. These places are energized. These places have the spiritual presence in them. Hence, when you connect with them, you also become spiritually energized. So these are self-transforming experiences. So pilgrimage should not be taken as a tour. Then interconnectedness in action. Whatever we do is impacting the surrounding around us. So hence accountability for our actions, taking responsibility for actions. We, all of us, have a moral responsibility towards not just each other, but towards the society in general, because we are all interconnected. So if everyone behaves responsibility and ethically, then only a society can live peacefully. So here, these are the final conclusions of today's chapter. Moral inquiry and illuminating the challenges and responsibilities one faces in the context of the cosmic order. Even the divine is facing challenges that we see. So how it is to be taken. Then profound introspection and ethical dilemmas and nature of divinity. What is the nature of divinity? No matter how complex the situation is, truth has to prevail. The highest dharma has to prevail. So for that, appropriate action has to be taken. But we cannot do that. Only Lord can do that. We only can atone for what we have done wrong. But Lord has the right to do justice. So they invite us to engage in profound introspection about ethical dilemmas and nature of divinity, then embodying these truths, vital moral lessons that inspire us to reflect on ethical commitments and spiritual quests in a meaningful way. Ethical commitments, the more we associate with devotees, we realize our commitments and our spiritual quests. So if it's only material life, we will never realize the spiritual quest. So hence the importance of sadhu sangha by embodying these truths narrative. Same thing. And then by Lord Balrama's established Ugra Sharva by as per the advice of the sages for a long life, endowed with unwavering sensory capacities. The divine blessings are such. They are they give so much of pleasure. The divine blessings are always full of a person's welfare. Then, eager to further honor the sages, Lord Balrama committed to vanquishing the demon named Balwala. He immediately agreed to the advice that was given as an act of atonement for killing Romaharshana, that he will kill Balwala, and just showed how eager was Lord Balrama, how committed he was to his commitments. And ultimately, the sage's behest, he resolved to embark a year-long pilgrimage. Behest means an order that is given by a person. So Lord Balrama, Supreme Personality of Godhead, is taking the order of the Brahmanas. They are telling him go on a 1-year pilgrimage and kill this demon, Balwala. So with this, we end today's class. Tried to cover most of the points. I could have gone wrong. So please correct me, Prabhuji. Now it's open for discussions and questions and corrections. Hare Krishna.
Mataji,
You have done excellent job.
Dhanvat
I
pranam,
liked it very
Prabhuji.
much. I liked it very much.
Your blessings, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. All your blessings, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji, so wonderful class.
Thank you, Mataji. Very
Wonderful.
nice explanation.
Thank you,
Thank
Mataji.
you.
Dhanvat
For
pranam.
difficult
Thank you, Mataji.
class,
Wonderful session. Very nicely explained.
thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Dhanvat pranam.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Wonderful session. Thank you very much, Mataji. I have
Yes,
a couple
Prabhu.
of questions, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu. Hare
Yeah.
Krishna.
Yeah, one question, Mataji, is like Balaram is like he also know that like Kauravas, okay, including Duryodhana, has done so many mistakes related to Draupadi or anything else. Okay, he has not shared his share of their share of the kingdom. Yeah,
Yeah.
but still, he has not supported the war or on the side of dharma. And he said like, okay, I'm going to be neutral. Okay, let it happen, whatever happens. And he started going to pilgrimage and then visiting some pilgrimages and all that. And as part of that course, he had killed Roma Harshana. Yeah, yes, Mataji.
Yeah.
So,
Yes, Prabhu.
but as a supreme person of the Godhead, he also know the wrong side of the Kauravas, right, Mataji? So, what could be the reason that he has not confirming that particular point is a question I have, Mataji.
Yeah. This question was raised before also, Charul Prabhuji. It said that Lord Balrama always had the soft corner for Kauravas. And he was aware that they were wrong. But somehow he wanted to prevent the war. He was not that they should not be punished, but he just wanted to prevent the war. And Balrama being the Guru Tattva, I guess he gives more opportunities than Lord Krishna for a person to rectify oneself. So, but he didn't, I don't know, Duryodhana is a hard nut to crack. So I guess the war was inevitable. But see, in that case, what I feel is what your question, there, even if he had taken a neutral stand, he knew Lord Krishna will do the ultimate justice. He was there. But in case of Roma Harshana, Lord Balrama was alone there and he had to prevent this particular wrongdoing. So he immediately took to action. I feel had not in the Kurukshetra war also, had not Krishna been present there, Lord Balrama would have ultimately taken the side of righteousness also, only and Pandavas only. So I feel this could be the reason, Prabhuji.
I didn't get it, Mataji. So what you're saying is he has taken the positive side of he's always seen the positive side of Kauravas.
No, not positive side. Maybe he always wanted to give them an opportunity to correct
Opportunity.
themselves.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Opportunity. Okay.
I
Okay.
think so. I may be
So
wrong.
he
Yes,
wants to give the
Prabhuji.
opportunities continuously because, okay,
Yeah,
for
and maybe
example,
he
I'm doing
wanted
so
to,
many
yeah,
japa,
maybe he
but still
wanted
he's giving
to,
opportunity for next day japa. Okay, in the same way.
and also maybe he was trying to prevent the war. Could be. Sharad Prabhuji, you can answer this better.
Yes, that is correct. He is Guru Tattva and he did what he was supposed to do. And please remember that he is also the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but subservient to Krishna.
Because of Guru Tattva, he's giving more opportunities, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. One more question, Mataji, if you don't mind. So Dantavakra is also kind of merged into Krishna, like Shishupala. So they did not got Sarupya Mukti. But actually, they were eternal servants of Krishna. So at some point of time, again, they will get that Sarupya Mukti because they just merged, right? It is not Sarupya. And also, he was also internally doing meditation on Krishna, not in a favorable, unfavorable, like a Shishupala. Okay. So at some point of time, Mataji, they would have got Sarupya Mukti also after merging into Krishna.
I would not know that, Prabhuji. I am unable to answer that question. I'll just.
Eventually, because remember they were Jaya and Vijaya. They were
Yeah.
restored. They were restored to Lord's service in Vaikuntha, eventually.
Eventually.
Now, if you remember, we did another course. This after Dantavakra's killing, Dantavakra Vidurath's killing, Lord actually went there and visited Rajadama, and he was there for about, I think, 2
Gopal
months.
Champu, Prabhuji.
Gopal Champu. We covered that. He actually went there, crossed the river right after killing Dantavakra and Vidurath. And he lived there for about 2 months, I believe, if I'm not wrong.
Can I say something, Prabhuji, on this?
Please, Prabhuji.
Here, we have also gone through the Laghu Bhagavatamrita by Rupa Goswami. In Laghu Bhagavatamrita, in the 5th chapter, Purvakhanda, he says that during the Lord's Prakata pastimes, when he was here, the people of Braja were separated from him for 3 months. And Lord Krishna then reappeared amongst them and spent 3 months with them. Now, to substantiate this, there is a description in the Garga Samhita which elaborately describes how Krishna returned to Vrindavana from Mathura after killing Kamsa and comforted the Brajavasis for 3 months. And what is given in the Gopala Champu, Krishna returned to the Braja after killing Dantavakra. In that, he came there. The whole complete description we have gone through in very great detail. And thereafter, that happened after 100 years. And thereafter, he took all the Brajavasis to his abode, that is Golok Vrindavana, and that is the difference. On this, there are certain more things I want to say. The Srimad Bhagavatam records three times Krishna promised to return to Vrindavana. That is in the 39th chapter. While leaving Mathura, he promises to the gopis, and after killing Kamsa, he promises to Nanda Maharaj. That is given in the 45th chapter. And in the letter through Uddhava, which was delivered to the gopis, Krishna promises to return. That is also given in the 46th chapter. But there is also another verse in the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, which says that he is visiting Mathura. There is no mention in the Bhagavatam of Krishna fulfilling his promise. But Laghu Bhagavatamrita, however, firmly establishes Krishna's return to Vrindavan. And if Rupa Goswami had not done this, then we would not have come to know about this. Then Srimad Bhagavatam, what I was talking about, the first canto, 11th chapter, there is a verse which says that whenever you go to Mathura, Vrindavan or Hastinapur to meet your friends and relatives, every moment your absence seems to be like millions of years. And at that time, our eyes become useless, as if bereft of the sun. Here the Dwarkavasis spoke these words when Krishna returned to Dwarka after the Kurukshetra war. And among those present were the various other people like Sudama, the florist, the barber, and all those people. And this aspect has been explained by Jiva Goswami also in the Priti Sandarbha. And since time is not there, time is less, at some other time I can discuss the various aspects of what is given in the Srimad Bhagavatam and the other explanations of Jiva Goswami and Rupa Goswami. But please be, it is confirmed that Krishna returned to Braja not once, but at least twice after he had left for Mathura. Thank you, Prabhuji.
In Bhagavatam, many things are not mentioned. Remember, Bhagavatam, Sukadeva Goswami is narrating, okay, and he was very concerned about Parikshit Maharaj only 7 days, remember? So only he discusses main topics. Remember, he does not even mention anything about Radha, Sri Radhe, other than indirect, there's a word's indirect reference, you know. So you have to consider that. That doesn't mean the other things are not right. Just Krishna returning to Raja and all these things that the Jiva Goswami, the others did research and they pointed out that thing. Okay, so it's not that Sukadeva Goswami deliberately did something, but he was very concerned about Parikshit Maharaj only remaining 7 days. So he was hitting the main highlights. And then, of course, he also speaks from great bhava, okay? Sometimes becoming very emotional also, you know. Sri Radharani, Sri Radhe doesn't mention, Prabhupada explains, because he is the great devotee of Sri Radhe. Remember that she, as a parent, he was serving Sri Radhe and Krishna, exchanging their messages, you know. So all these points must be considered. It's not either one is wrong or one is right, wrong or right, you know. Am I right, Sharad Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhuji, they are very correct. They are given, actually, the proofs are given in very many other shastras also. Like here, what we saw, that 3 months he came, that is also given in the Garga Samhita. And in Gopal Champu, the other thing is there. That means if you combine all of these, then the point is very clear. Of course, Sukadeva Goswami could not have given anything and everything in Srimad Bhagavatam. He said the main gist only.
And then Jiva Goswami in Sandarbhas,
Yes.
it goes at great length, various topics that he proves,
Yes, yes.
that Krishna was actually born to Yashodabaya. That also topic is not given in the Bhagavatam, but Jiva Goswami did a lot of research. And of course, Rupa Goswami also done that. And they actually showed that Krishna indeed had been the son of Yashodabaya.
Yes.
Okay, it was a very good job done, Srimati Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Dhanwad pranam.
Really wonderful job you done that.
પ્રભુજી ગુજરાતીની કહેવત બહુ સરસ છે, વિદ્યા વિનયથી શોભે છે. એક્ઝેક્ટલી અહીંયા ફિટ થાય છે, કારણ કે જો તમારી પાસે સારી વિદ્યા છે પણ તમારી પાસે નમ્રતા નથી તો કોઈ મતલબ નથી.
Exactly, that's right. Sukadeva Goswami speaks Bhagavatam with great emotions, Many times he used to go in trance actually,
Prabhuji, I have got another one point of what Mataji said about Suta Goswami. Now there is no time, very little time. I will just finish in 2-3 sentences. Suta Goswami was not Suta by birth. He was Ionis. That means he came out from the sacrificial fire, like Drishtadyumna and Draupadi. But there is a process, and that process was a little wrong. That's why from that point of view he was Suta. Otherwise he was not Suta from like what we have heard. His name was Suta only. That is
Remember, he was appointed by Vyasadeva. So
Yes.
Vyasadeva is no ordinary personality, He's
Yes.
Lord Narayan's expansion. So Vyasadeva himself actually appointed him to take charge of narrating all the Puranas,
Yes, had he been a proper.
And he actually empowered him too.
Yes, had he been a Suta, he would not have been a disciple of Vyasadeva, and Vyasadeva would not have given this great responsibility to him.
Yeah. And Ugrasava was the right follower actually. As Samatha Mataji very nicely explained, that in Shastra says the son is actually a further continuation of father's legacy,
Yes.
Okay, so I think it's well done. Let's conclude the
પ્રભુજી,
class.
Suta Goswami was present at the time of the Sukadeva Goswami ने जब भी भागवतम कहा
Yes,
तभी वो सभा में थे.
Yeah, it is given in Bhagavatam. He was
Yes,
present
Prabhuji.
there. In fact, right the very first, I think first canto, it's given
Yes,
there.
प्रभुजी.
Yes.
अभी सोने पूर्णी ने सबको बताया कि मुझे
Yes.
जो रियलाइजेशन हुआ वो मैं आपको बताऊंगा सब.
Yes,
फर्स्ट कैंटो में.
thank you.
Yes.
So let's conclude the class now. So time now.
Yes, Prabhuji. Anybody would like to do the nursing prayers? Hare Krishna.
Oh, by the way, let's all pray for Lalita Priya Mataji. Everybody now got the news, right?
Yes.
Yes, प्रभुजी. Yes, प्रभुजी.
So let's all pray.
माताजी, may I do?
Dedicate the class. Today's class should be dedicated to Lalita Priya Mataji, and we all pray for that. For
Yes,
recovery.
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol.
Yes, प्रभुजी. श्रीमद्
Yes,
भागवत.
Akshay Mataji, over to you.
Yes, माताजी. श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय हो. नमस्ते नरसिंहाय नमस्ते नरसिंहाय तलाटलाददायिने तलाटलाददायिने हिरण्यकशिपूर्वक्षः हिरण्यकशिपूर्वक्षः शीलटङ्कानखालाहे शीलटङ्कानखालाहे हितो नरसिंह परतो नरसिंह हितो नरसिंह परतो नरसिंह यत्तु यत्तु यामि ततो नरसिंह यत्तु यत्तु यामि ततो नरसिंह बहिर्नरसिंह हृदये नरसिंह बहिर्नरसिंह हृदये नरसिंह नरसिंहवदिं शरणं प्रपदे तव करकमलवरे नाखा अद्भुतशृङ्गा दलिता हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृङ्गम् केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय हो नरसिंहदेव 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 जय हो नरसिंहदेव जय हो प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज जय हो प्रहलाद महाराज जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव श्री श्री लक्ष्मी नरसिंह भगवान की जय हो भक्त शिरोमणि प्रहलाद महाराज की जय हो सर्व डिवोटी की जय हो श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय हो हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे थैंक यू प्रभु जी धनुष प्रणाम टू ऑल डिवोटी
All glory to Prabhupada. All glory to all the devotees. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Shri Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you very much. Thank you, Santa Mata.
थैंक यू प्रभु जी थैंक यू माता जी थैंक यू शरद प्रभु जी
Thank you, Santa Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Hare Bo.